wearing the gold trunks and weighing in at 166 pounds. This 1988 Olympic silver medalist is now undefeated with a professional record of 22-0, 20 by KOs. He currently holds the IBF middleweight title. Ladies and gentlemen, from Pensacola, Florida, presenting the IBF middleweight champion of the world,
There you see the IBF crown that Roy Jones possesses. And he feels that Malinga is a heavy-handed fighter. He feels like he has the advantage tonight.
I expect you to obey the rules. I expect you to listen to my commands at all times. Let's have a good fight. I'm out fighting.
Of course, Roy Jones suffering that devastating loss at the 1988 Seoul Olympics. He's bounced back, and it's been well documented that he's really done an outstanding job since coming back off of that devastating fight that some call one of the worst decisions in amateur boxing. Opening of round one, Roy Jones and Sugar Boy Malinga. Roy Jones once again with a combination style, a little bit flair, below Muhammad Ali. Very attacking and demonstrative style of Michael Tyson. Both 165-pound combatants, well trained, well prepared for this fight. Roy Jones, much like Oscar De La Hoya, was not one to test his opponent. Later in the rounds, he'll go at him quite early. He won't size his opponent up and see what's going to happen. He'll dictate and set the pace for the fight. Malinga is quite capable of going the 10 rounds. He feels he's gone quite a few rounds, and he's gone some 12-round decisions and done quite well. Just an example of the flair that Roy Jones possesses, and quite an athlete he is. 24-year-old Roy Jones against 33-year-old South African Sugar Boy Malinga. Either fighter has been very definitive thus far. Early in the first round of a scheduled 10-round bout. Sugar Boy married with 4 children. Very proud of his past, and he mentioned a fierce Zulu warrior, so he has Roy Jones expected to really be challenged tonight. Perhaps this may be one of his best challenges he's faced in his 23 fights he's had professionally. Roy Jones handled by Bob Arum. His first 19 fights he was handled by his dad, Roy Sr. Roy resides in Pensacola, Florida, where he trains in Pensacola and New Jersey. But since being taken over by Bob Arum, he has really turned his game up just a notch and feel like he has stepped up in the upper echelon of fighters throughout the world. Winning moments of the first round. Both fighters looking for counter punches, and no one really landing anything. We said Roy Jones expects to be a very intense attacking style. He feels like he needs to take it right at Malinga. Malinga feels that out of the boxers and the fighters, he has the more trouble with the boxers. He feels a fighter, one who wants to be aggressive and take it right at him, he has more success against. And Roy Jones, with a quick combination, not a great deal of success here in the second round. Roy Jones lands a couple of combinations. Great hand speed by the champion. And Malinga may be hurt. Malinga swinging wildly and not landing with any punches. Roy Jones had him cornered. Malinga managed to free himself, and Roy Jones scored heavily here in the second round. Malinga comes back strong with some left hooks. And Jones pounds away at the South African and corners him once again. Malinga had some starch taken out of him. Once again, Roy Jones in the corner, pounding away at the 33-year-old South African. The waning seconds here in the second round, and Malinga looks the worse for the wear here. Roy Jones going with the southpaw style. Quite evident that Malinga is a little dazed right now. By the flurry of punches, Roy Jones was successful in landing. Much the same style and fanfare of Oscar De La Hoya, of course. Roy Jones, a flair for the flamboyant, if you will, in his style and trunks. Roy Jones, 1984, won the Junior Olympics, and he went on to win 2 National Golden Glove Championships prior to earning a spot in the 1988 Olympics. And that was the fight that we said before he lost in the Seoul Olympics. International judges gave the decision to his opponent, and it was called probably the worst decision. And Park Sae-hun, Korean, was awarded the gold medal in the 1988 Olympics. Roy Jones switching back. Apparently went southpaw style in the second round, going back to a more conventional style he's used to fighting with. Malinga a little more aggressive in the third round. Roy Jones completely dominated the second round and appeared to have Malinga in serious trouble a number of times. A telling blow, body shot, finds his mark on the South African, and Roy Jones leads with the left and a left hook. Not really effective. Sugar Boy not really moving very much. He has worked in spurts and has been an attacker, but he has backed off since Roy Jones has landed some effective fights. Flurries are something that Roy Jones has a great deal of success with. A little bit of we mentioned he's a showman. A little bit of Muhammad Ali and Sugar Ray Leonard. Very well chiseled 24-year-old IBF champion. Roy Jones seemed to be cutting off the ring just a little bit for Thulani Malinga, and once again attacking and gets him back in the corner once again with an effective left hook. His jab has not been as effective. Roy Jones says he was 80% effective with his hands when he fought for the title against Bernard Hopkins back in May 22nd, a 12-round decision. But he says his hands are just fine for this fight. He felt like he had injured his right wrist and was not as effective as he'd like to have been. Here in the fourth round, he appears to have a commanding lead. Malinga has shown some spurts. Very gamey fighter. He's not one to be knocked down very easily by, as evidenced by his record. He has never hit the canvas in 43 fights. Flurry by Jones and Malinga.
Too slow for you.
Neither landing any points. Malinga feels like he needs to work the body a little bit against Roy Jones and feels he can get in with this attack. Malinga, a former national middleweight, super middleweight, and lightweight heavyweight champion. So he has been up and down the scale, but feels that the 165 he weighs for tonight's fight is his most ideal weight. Sugar Boy, when he was a novice boxer at age 15, he recorded an amateur record of 190 wins in 200 fights while capturing several national championships in his native South Africa. Roy Jones hopes to win this fight and expects the title defense in November. He has no opponent in mind, but first, he must get past Thulani Sugar Boy Malinga. Roy Jones feels like his uppercut is very effective, and he had a great deal of success in the big title win against Bernard Hopkins. Just a slip by Malinga. It's not a knockdown. Referee Elmo Adolph. Roy Jones not as aggressive.
Give me a towel.
And Elmo Adolph calls for a towel. There's some wet spots on the canvas, which has caused some slippage by both fighters. A little bit humid here in the ring with the lights and the intensity and the huge turnout here in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Beautiful summer evening here at the Gulf Coast.
Let's go, box.
Fight resumes here in the 5th round. Malinga needs to be more assertive in attack. He planned on landing some body punches and working Roy Jones. He felt he could score with some body punches and felt that Roy Jones' style fit the type of fighter he has success against. Roy Jones began boxing at age 6. He's the oldest of 5 children, and he's been boxing competitively since age 10. And we mentioned in 1990, a telling blow by Jones, and Jones continues to throw a barrage of punches to the body. Roy lands a right uppercut to the South African. Will lead with some jabs and follow with a tremendous flurry of punches. Has been a very effective attack for him. Really hasn't landed a lot since the early rounds of this fight against the South African. He's really been everything, as we said, that Roy Jones expected. This will be the 4th American for Malinga, as we mentioned. He's had success against 3 others, but the first time he's ever fought in the United States.
Watch your head. All right, let's break it up. Break it up on him. Break it up. Break it up. Watch your head. Keep your head out.
Warning to Malinga. Headbutting. Some people very close to Malinga compare him to a pit bull by his style. A very aggressive, very demonstrative style. And as you saw, Malinga, his footing is very unsure because of the humidity and dampness on the floor. Left hook knocks Malinga down. And 1 minute and 6 seconds in the 6th round.